Seasoned broadcaster Themba Sindane is being laid to rest in his hometown of Siyabuswa in Mpumalanga today. The Ikwekwezi FM isiNdebele news anchor and bulletin writer passed away at the age of 46. He died on the 8th of November after a short illness at the Netcare hospital. Sindane started his career at KCRC FM before joining SABC, where he served for 20 years. SABC News reporter Nonhlanhla Ntshingila is attending that funeral service for us. Nonhlanhla, I've been listening to you speak to some of the family members since this morning. It certainly is a deep loss for them. It's also a deep loss for the media fraternity as well. Talk to us about some of the tributes that are being paid to Sindane this morning.
Thank you, Criselda, for having us. Indeed, we are at Kwaphahla Community Hall, whereby Themba Sindane is going to be laid to rest today. Like you mentioned, he suffered a very short illness. Apparently, it was only 3 weeks, and after being hospitalized, that's when he died. We saw his former colleagues from KCRS FM who also came to pay tribute, and also the other former colleagues from SABC who have already retired also came to pay tribute. It's really a somber moment here at the community hall. You can see that many people really loved Themba, and we have seen most of his fans. They are also here to also pay their tributes. Criselda, let me quickly rope in Nkosinathi Ntuli, who is the Mpumalanga Combo business manager from Ikwekwezi FM, who's going to tell us more about Themba Sindane. Thank you so much, Nkosinathi, for joining us. Can you please tell us, how do you know Themba Sindane, and when it comes to language, what can you tell us about that?
Wow, thank you so much, Nonhlanhla, and good morning to all our viewers at home. Indeed, it's a somber moment for us, and it's also customary in our culture that we start by first mourning the passing before we start to celebrate the life that was. Themba Sindane, I first got to know Themba Sindane as early as 2006 when I joined the SABC, and he was one of the most loving, caring, soft-spoken people that I've ever met, and if you remember, even at the memorial service, no one could say any bad word about Themba, because Themba lived the entirety of his life loving and caring for everyone. So as a station, we have lost a very invaluable treasure in Themba. Themba is one. Remember, isiNdebele is one of those languages that are not spoken by too many people in South Africa, and we need every microphone we can get, every person we can have to teach and assist us in preserving the language. And Themba is one of those that were so diligent, that was so hardworking, that did quite a lot for us, way beyond the microphone, way beyond the station itself. So the preservation of isiNdebele and the development of the language and its people has suffered a great deal. So we are truly saddened by the passing of Themba. At the same time, we also would like to thank his family for having allowed him to be this good an extension of the Ndebele people and South Africa at large, because it is through them that we were able to get so much wisdom, so much knowledge, and so much dedication in the preservation and development of isiNdebele and the development of amaNdebele SA people. So yes, we are quite saddened, but at the same time, we are quite grateful as well for having had a life such as Themba's that has played such a huge role in the development of the people that we are.
Thank you so much for those words. Criselda, it looks like not only the family has lost Themba, but also the station on its own, and also the Ndebele community. Right now, let me also rope in Aubrey CG, the editor for Radio News and also Current Affairs. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We have seen most of our colleagues. They are very frustrated. They are sad. It is indeed a somber moment for all of us. For the colleagues, what is it that the SABC is going to do for them, maybe?
Look, yeah, it's been a very difficult week, especially in the office. You look at people coming to work, bowing down, not wanting to talk, not wanting to engage, and you could slowly start feeling that it is because they lost somebody. Where he used to sit at the desk, very isolated, when you pass there, I think there's this feeling that says he's no more. Themba was a very hardworking person. but very calm and very quiet. You'll never hear him unless you go past where he's sitting. All he does, you'll see him going to the studio, coming back to his workstation, tapping. You hardly would recognize his voice if you really don't know him. And I think he left a profound, gap, especially for isiNdebele, because, languages are always, especially indigenous language, are very, very, we're struggling to recruit, the talent that we really want. And Themba and many others, we thought they would be able to mentor the young ones so that they can also be leaders of tomorrow. So for us, I think his voice will still remain in our ears. His work ethics will still remain. And I think we're going to pick up where he left, because Themba was a leader, even though he was not in a leadership position. He was always a leader because he would always intervene. He would always, come in and show direction. Somebody who doesn't hold grudges, somebody who always strive to make peace. And I think that's what resonates with a lot of speakers that were in the hall that I listened to. So we will profoundly miss him, but his spirit will still live with us for a long time.
Thank you so much, sir. Griselda, people only said good about Themba. No one said any bad word about him. That shows that indeed he was a good person, not only to his family, but to the community members and also his colleagues. I, for one, I have worked with him. I've seen how he works. I've seen how humble he is. Griselda, SABC has lost one of the most incredible people that you can think of. Around 10 o'clock, they say that they're going to be proceeding to the local cemetery, whereby he's going to be laid to rest. For now, I think we're going to go back and hear what they say about him, and after that we're going to be heading to the local cemetery. For now, it's going to be back to you in studio, Griselda.
Nonhlanhla, thank you very much indeed. Sad loss to his family, as well as the media fraternity, also his family here at the SABC.